Okay, right. So I am doing this little video on Google Forms and seeing if we can't use them for the final project team member assessments. Okay, and we need to get to Drive, and thank you, Google, for moving this fun toolbar that used to have Drive and Calendar and things like that up here and moving it to this button. That was very helpful. We'll come down to Drive, and to create a Google form, you do your usual Create button, but then you're going to choose Form right there. It brings us to this. You could choose a nice fun background if you'd like. We'll go OK and we'll keep a basic background. But basically, they're great for doing surveys, things like that. I use them for process assessments and human situation where I kind of ask them, what is your favorite activity? Why? Do a reflection. Those things. And you can title them. Let's do an example here and call this one Beer Survey. You title them just like any other Google document or spreadsheet. Now I want you to point your attention up here to say that we can require the Boise State University accounts, but if we're creating these in our faculty accounts, it's only going to limit that to app for employees. And if we're creating these in our faculty accounts as well, we can automatically collect responses from Boise State University app for employees, but we can't really do it for students unless I was to use my student account, but I know not a lot of us have student accounts, so I'll limit that as an option, and I'll show you what I've created as an alternative instead. So we can uncheck that box and click OK, but I've created surveys and sent out a link to my surveys on Facebook. I mean, you know, send them as emails, you name it. Like, they don't even have to have a Google account to fill out one of these surveys. All they need is the link, as long as you have these boxes unchecked here. But you can do all sorts of different questions. This one right here is a multiple choice question, as you can see, but you can select, choose from a list. You can do a grid. You can do a paragraph text, a regular text, check boxes where they can select, multiple items. But I really love multiple choice because you can build in logic. So let's say, for example, do you drink beer? And we have a yes, we have a no, and we can come down here and we can insert a page break, and we can say, for this page, I want people who don't drink beer, and click done. Go back to my original question just by clicking on it, and say, go to page based on answer. Oh, you don't drink beer? Well, I want you to go to page with people who don't drink beer. And you can build in multiple paths that way. They're pretty fun. So that was just in case you've never seen these before. They have a lot of cool features on them. So let's close out of that, and let's go to the final project that I have created, the final project team member assessment. And here it is. And let's look at what the student would see. Okay, so view live form. There it is. I have the instructions that Steph provided from the Word document. And I have set it to where I want them to do one of these forms for every single team member. Okay, and we'll kind of go through why that is here in a second. So your name, I am, Fakey Fake. Oh, Fakey Fakerton, even better. And we'll go continue. And then I want the team member name. Okay, let's go Jake F. And then we will score them. Oh, I really liked him on that one. Oh, he was good there. Oh, 4 on that one for sure. And 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 4 is 9. I wish Google Form could total it up for us, to be honest with you. And I'll select 9. What's really cool is that I've made all of these required. They will not be able to submit unless everything is filled out. So keep that in mind. Like if we backspaced Jake F's name, clicked outside of it, ooh, this is a required field. Submit, 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 submit. Nope, it will not let me. So I come back here and I go Jake F. Okay, and then when I hit submit, it says your response has been recorded. Make sure you fill out one of these for every team member. Failure to do so will result in a lower grade on your behalf. Okay, and then they could submit another response. Pretty cool. All right, let me show you why I really love this. So let's close out of that. Over here, I have view responses. Let's do that. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Brings me to a lovely spreadsheet, but I really want to export this to Excel because I want to show you a fun trick that we can do in Excel. So we'll go File, and we will go Download As, Microsoft Excel, and then we'll go ahead and bring that up. So here we have all of our data. So if you're using a Mac, I'm going to show you how to do this, and then if you are using something else, and let's zoom in just a tad bit. If you're using something else, I'll kind of direct you how to do that, how to do what I'm about to do. So what you want to do is you want to point and click on the far right column and then highlight, just kind of hold the mouse button down and just drag it across all those letters at the top, okay? And if you're using a Mac, you will then go to Data, and this is Office 2011. If you have Office 2008, you'll have to go up here and go Data. And I think it's, you know, anything before Office 2011. So if you got, I don't know if this even exists, but if you have like Microsoft Office for Mac 2005 or something, 2004, it'll be up here where you can click Data and find this button right here, Filter. And we will choose that. And as you can see, it added all these fun buttons across that, across the top of my columns here. Again, if you are using a Windows machine, so if you're just doing regular Microsoft Office, you will want to highlight all of them, and then that filter button that I just showed you is going to be somewhere over here, probably where my format button is. It'll say sort and filter, and you'll click on that, and then you'll choose filter. Okay, so it'll be right over there. It'll say sort and filter. So you'll highlight it all and choose sort and filter if you're using Windows. So this is the column I really want to use. It's team member names. Okay, so I'll choose this and let's start grading. And I'm going to get rid of select all. And let's do fake the snake first. Okay. Fake the snake. Your grade is. So we'll go equals. We'll say average. Just start typing in average, and then this will pop up, and you'll go ahead and click on it, and then highlight all those final scores there, and press enter. Fake the snake's grade is now done. Okay, let's do another grade. Let's do Fakey Fakerton, and then we'll have to unselect Fake the Snake. Come over here. I'm going to type in Fakey Fakerton. I'll hit my equals button and start typing in average. Okay, there's average. We'll choose that. Highlight all these totals and press enter. And there's Fakey Fakerton's grade. Alright, let's do Jake's. I click on this arrow. And I go, oh my god, let's unselect Fakey Fakerton. Wait a minute, somebody put Jake F, and some people put his full name. So that is the one issue when it comes down to these Google Forms, is that, you know, I want you to notice here, let's select both of these columns. So if you have a student that does that, maybe they're only going to use their first name. Maybe you're going to have some that do this, the Jake F, or some people are going to use their full name. So you might have to select 3 or 4 of these. But as you look over here, if they do, like capital letters, so as you can see here, Jake the Fake with a lowercase f, doesn't matter. It still gets logged in as Jake the Fake. So capital letters don't really do it. It's when they just enter in something completely different, like Jake F. Okay, but we got that, quick workaround, and we'll go Jake the Fake, and we'll say equals, type in average, select average, highlight them all, and press enter. And there, I've just graded 3 and, just under a minute there. I mean, I am talking while I'm doing this. I could probably have done that in about 30 seconds, but it's a lot. It's really fast way to do this. So again, the only issue is that they're probably going to enter. You're probably going to get people that just say just one first name, or you might get people that put in a middle name, maybe. Who knows? So that's just kind of a drawback. But again, if they do that, you'll just have to find, these are in alphabetical order, so at least, God willing, at least they hopefully start with the first name, so that at least the column, the fields will all be next to each other, that you can select them just like I did with Jake the Fake and Jake F. Okay? So that's why I love this. Be really fast. So, I will share this with you. And let's go ahead and close out of these responses because I want to show you one other thing. And it's this. Well, 2 other things, I guess. Send form up there in the top right-hand corner. Send form. And here's the link. And you can just Command C or Control C, to copy it, or right-click it and choose copy, and then put that in an email and send it to your class. And that's how you'll share this form. And again, I have all of these unchecked, so it doesn't matter which email address they use, if they're logged into an email address, anything along those lines, does not matter. The link will just take them straight to the form where they can submit a response that comes here. So let me show you how we are also going to, make these a little more personalized for you. I'm going to close out of that. Once I share this with you, it'll appear in your Google Drive. And what I want you to do is come over here and check the box next to it. Come up here to More, and you're going to make a copy. And let's pretend, and there it is, copy of Final Project Team Member Assessment. You'll come over here and you'll click on both of these and you'll trash them because you won't need them anymore. And I'm not going to trash mine, okay? No, I just can't do it. And then you'll select yours, your copy. You'll come up here to More and you'll rename it and you'll call it Final Project Team Assessment and something like, let's say, Steph Cox. Okay, and there it is, Final Project Team Assessment, Steph Cox. You will go into it, and once you've done that, it'll start collecting responses. So see how it says accepting responses? So students can immediately start, submitting responses to your survey. But you're going to want to select a destination for the responses, and I like to do that just early on. So go ahead and do it right when you have renamed it and say choose response destination, and it'll automatically do this default new spreadsheet, and it'll title it Final Project Team Assessment. There's the Steph Cox, and it'll just put responses in parentheses, and you'll say create, and it creates one for you. And let me close out of this so you can now see it in your drive. So there's my final project team assessment, Steph Cox. There's my final project team assessment, Steph Cox responses. And you're done. You're ready to go. Okay, I hope that wasn't too much for you. Wow, this took me longer than I thought it would, but I hope you love it. And let me know if you have any questions. I think it'll speed up my grading at least, and hopefully it speeds up yours when it comes down to these assessments. I remember going into each one and totaling it up, which I'm very grateful that there's now a total field on these pieces of paper. But I'll still have to go into each one on Blackboard and get those totals, write them down, and things like that. With this, I won't need to do that. I can just average them out and boom, do them that way and sort them out really quickly, as you saw. So let me know what you think, and have a lovely, lovely day. Bye-bye.